All right, this episode of Sesame Street is brought to you by the nice little Swimmin Dawg from Musky Innovations. Hey now.
Hey, he wanted you to.
Let's not hook the host here today. On me. And one of the, I guess the lifeguard or the beach guy, he come over and he's like, "Are you okay, man?" I'm like, okay. Get your rod down a little bit. Hard to tell when the boat's there's no head shape pulling too. Just gotta keep them pinned, eh?
Yeah. Not the crazy story, eh?
Little guy, but it's one. He's right there. Little tiger. Pretty handy net job. So we got us a little tiger. I'm gonna swing around you here so we can get the sunlight on him, Chad.
Beautiful colors. Beautiful fish, man. You
Cute.
can really see the scale on the fish here,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
Yeah, the little tigers.
Yeah.
And they're aggressive.
Crazy.
So
right
we'll
there.
throw that one back and we'll show you what.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. All right, we'll get that one back. No, I'll just throw them in. We'll give him a release there. There he goes.
Full of it.
All right, guys. So, for the sake of showing you guys how aggressive those little tigers are, Chad was using a regular Swimmin Dawg, and I think that's kind of like the rotten cucumber style pattern. I'm not sure if that's the exact name for it, but it's that green gold scaly with the orange tail. And I've been fishing with John and Chad now 2 days. Well, this is the second day. Yesterday we were on a different lake. We had a tough day. The conditions were good. We seen a bunch of fish. I lost one. We all kind of had chances. We come to a different lake today. We're on our third spot. Chad got hit out from the boat. It got off. And then next cast, it may have been the same fish, hooked up.
Right.
But Chad called an audible today and he brought this Swimmin Dawg, and I've been told he's a bit of a Swimmin Dawg style bait aficionado. So we're gonna see if that holds true. But we're right around moonset, so we're gonna keep pounding here. We got pretty good conditions, other than I don't really like this east wind, but you got to deal with what you got. So let's get back at it. Everybody's always known Skolnick's been amazing, but Peterson just never got his credit for a lot of the songwriting and the rhythms, and he's no slouch at lead.
That's funny though how, yeah, I see it. Nice one.
Another tiger.
Yeah! Buck pro, right on. Nice one.
All right, guys, we are back. It's been T-minus 400 feet since the last fish, and we got another beautiful little tiger. We'll throw the stick on them here, so when you pull them out, Chad, I'll just give them a quick measurement.
Okay.
And again, it came on the same Swimmin Dawg. I had to cut some hooks. He actually inhaled the hook pretty deep. We cut all 3 barbs. Then Chad gave me a hand. We made sure we got all the pieces out, which is key. You don't want to leave anything in the fish. So right now, she's the second tiger of the day, so things are rolling. Chad's gonna grab it here. Apparently Chad can catch the fish, he just can't catch the fish in the bag.
That's right.
He's got him now, I think. All right, we'll put him on the stick here quick.
34.
Okay. All right, he's got a few marks on his side. Come up here, John, and you can get a picture with the sun on him. Stand right there again, Chad. Awesome, that's your second tiger. Things are rolling along pretty good.
Beautiful fish.
All right, well, let's get that one back, guys. And just hold that and just keep it towards us.
Thanks, Glenn. Johnny.
Woo.
Nice job, man. Nice job.
All right, we got number 2 back in the water.
Right on.
We're gonna finish this spot out, and then we're gonna go to another spot that is very similar setup in the type of structure and what we're looking for, but we got a good little bite going. We got to replace a hook on the Swimmin Dawg. So guys, if you are not using a Swimmin Dawg, I like using the shallow version because it's got more belly roll, but because we're fishing deeper, Chad's using the regular one, which does run a bit deeper, doesn't have quite as much belly roll, but more of that tail kick, which on aggressive fish, they're gonna hunt that down all the time. We'll talk about that back in the shop. Swimming Dogs from Musky Innovations, and I always thought there was only really one type, which is this one, the one that Chad's actually using in the video. It wasn't until a few years later that I found the Mag Shallow. So if you look at them, they're slightly different profile, but that profile is a lot different. Just the thickness of it, the length of it, and then the way they move in the water. The regular Swimming Dawg, the thin version, runs a little bit deeper, and the tail to us has a little bit more of that tail kick, and the shallow Mag has a little bit more belly roll. This one I have magnets on it to keep the hooks in place, but just using it as a comparison. And the Mag Shallow, while it has that tail kick and the tail flutter, it's really about that belly roll action, where the regular version, yeah, it has some belly roll, but it really gets that tail kick. And you'll notice in the videos here that Chad's using a slight pull pause. I wouldn't call it pull pause, I'd call it like pull, reel in, and that gets that to kind of roll through the water. Not that exaggerated, but with a little bit of a nose up and down attitude. And that seems to really trigger fish with this style of bait if a straight retrieve is not working.
Oh, yeah, I'm on. Okay. What's in there? Nice work, boys.
Got her. if not, there's no complaining on a 3-fish day.
Absolutely not.
So we'll be right back either way. We're gonna hit a few spots on our way back to the landing. We'll be right back.
He's on. He's on. Keep your rods down, Jeff. Yeah, boy.
Fucking right.
What you doing in there, Chad?
Well, recovering a lure.
That one again?
You bet. Look at that.
How'd that one feel?
Money. Felt good. It was a boat side hit.
Figure 8, yeah.
Very aggressive fish.
Well, for those at home that are counting, that's 3 for the little swim bait connoisseur here. That one hit on the figure 8. I'm on an open water reef here that historically has been good to us. And as soon as we come on, Chad moved the fish. I seen another one up top on there and I said, we're gonna circle around. We just basically circled around and you're like, fish. I just kicked the troller off and it did one turn and I think I actually watched it eat. And John's like, oh, he's on. And I just jumped for the net to get it. So let's grab that one out. We'll grab the stick here and give it a quick little measurement. Okay, spin him around. All right, let's get the stick on that one a little bit. Oh.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
38?
about 38. Yeah,
Yeah.
about 38. It's a good one. Nice way to get the hat trick.
Nice way to pay for the trip, Chad.
Yeah. Woo!
Right on, man.
That's awesome. All right, let's get him out this side here, Chad.
Thanks,
I'll give you
Brian.
that, John. And see if you can get him out with his nose this way. If you can. Actually, I can go on the other side.
Jump on the other side.
Whoa! Off he goes. Yeah, there you go, straight down.
Didn't want nothing to do with you anymore, eh? Had a little bit of a stumpy nose, that one there, eh?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Right on, bro.
Thanks, man.
All right. Hey, we got... We'll edit that one out. All right, we got another hour and a little bit. I wanted to hit a couple more rock spots. Show's over here. We're gonna make a quick move. Probably hit one more deep water spot. We're gonna leave ourselves a little bit of time just to hit some weeds. Although we've been seeing everything on main lake stuff, it almost seems counterproductive to hit the weeds, but we got nothing to lose. We got 4 fish in the boat, so we can take a swing at some weeds, but we're gonna go hit another deep water spot and we'll be right back. Tiger! Come in there, yeah! Got it. Woo! All right, we'll anchor up. What do you got going on here, Chad? Didn't I just ask you that?
You sure did.
Okay, show me again what you got on the line.
Let's
Oh yeah, Mr. Tiger's happy.
let's give a big shout out to Musky Innovations.
Musky Innovations.
Seriously.
So, right there, boys.
Yeah,
Musky Innovations. Brad, can't thank you enough.
Yeah, enjoy your
And-
baits, man.
I'm gonna get a couple of those coming. I'm gonna send another one in the regular and in the shallow to Chad. He's been putting on an effing clinic today with this thing. This is tiger number 3. This is the kind of tigers that, you know, you want to catch. Did a nice little heave-ho out of the water on the way in. Nice one for sure. We'll get the stick ready, John.
Bring him up. Johnny, this one you got to get the camera going.
It's okay, I'll screenshot you. 38-ish again.
Yeah.
Same as that last one. All right, John's gonna just sneak out of the way. That is a nice looking fish. Look at the colors on that, John.
Beautiful. Wicked, man. That is just wicked, buddy.
Beautiful shot. This one.
Just turn the head just towards me a bit. No, push it out. All right, now we're gonna grab the tail with your left hand.
Yeah. Okay.
See if you can grab the tail with your left hand. He's gonna be green, so just be careful.
What a wicked, beautiful fish, Chad, eh? Look at those bars to the top, eh? Wow.
Beauty, man. Love it. Nice time.
Give Glenny a face wash there.
Oh, he gave me like an absolute face wash.
Dude!
Ah, yeah! That's what it's all about.
Fellas!
Come on, buddy.
Right on.
Wicked stuff, man.
Save that loop. Welcome back to another Little Tykes breakdown, and today's breakdown is brought to you by my good buddy Mitchell Jens. I believe that's how you say his last name. I fished with Mitchell last year. I'll be fishing with him again here right away, and he was a big supporter of the channel from early on, so thank you, Mitchell. I appreciate it. So today's breakdown is brought to you by Mitchell Jens. So this is something we talk about a bunch on the channel, and it's looking at brake lines and looking at the vertical component of each one. It's stuff that I've heard Herbeck talk about, Pete Mina, Sarek, like all those guys have talked about it for years. And I think now that you can relate it to an actual fish catch at times, sometimes it's easier to kind of picture that. So I'm telling Chad and John, we're not really targeting this brake line here, 4 feet. Fish are not sitting up there in the area we're fishing, and for 3 of Chad's 4 fish, this kind of applies to how he caught it. One other one we're going to look at separately, but when you look at this first brake line here at 4 feet, the next brake line's at 12, and then the next one would fall down to 20, 30, whatever the bottom is. But even though it's 12 feet here where the rock meets the hard pan, and then the next drop is 12 feet where down to say 20 where it meets sand, this 12 foot and this 12 foot are completely different. Think of it as a vertical line that runs to the surface in each of those cases. And what we were seeing on this day is bait was suspended down 4 to 6 feet, but on these vertical edges. So where rock met the hard pan, and then where hard pan dropped down to go to the bottom. And we're seeing bait there. So I was telling the guys, it's not about casting to shore. And that's something that we see so many people that come to Shield Lakes. They want to fish shoreline. They want to be tight, 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 tight. And yeah, there's going to be some fish sitting there, but in a lot of cases, the fish are going to be sitting suspended over these vertical edges. And if you have side imaging or you have live scope, you will see these fish out there with bait. And again, I'm not debating the live scope, but with that technology, it's easy to see that. Find the bait, find the walleyes and the perch, and you're going to find the muskies. And that's how Chad ended up with 3 of his fish targeting these vertical edges, guys. Okay, a couple things I want to talk about on the other fish that Chad got out in open water. And rock pile, a reef, and then it has a saddle between it. Think of it as an hourglass. A lot of cases, first thing, if this reef doesn't top the surface, you will find it with side imaging, or if you can drive over it with your 2D sonar or your mapping, you'll get it mapped out. But a lot of times guys are trying to target that saddle between there. Even think of this as an island. That saddle is always kind of a highway between two spots. And what I see a lot is that people will target this rock, they'll target that saddle, they'll target a little bit of that reef, and then they pull away. And what we do on a spot like this, because this is the submerged part of the reef, we don't actually see very many fish using that gull rock or whatever you would call it, the rock that's right out of water. It doesn't have a lot of structure around it. And we don't see the fish using the saddle because they're not relating to the island. What we see is the fish will use, let's just say, all four corners of this and the top. So when we come in here, our boat path, basically, I always try to cover 360 degrees of it. You want to get all the way around. As we started in, Chad raised his first fish down on, say, this bottom corner. We worked all the way around, and when we were off on this side here, I actually seen a fish follow up. Again, on the live scope, guys, just happened to see it on perspective mode come in. It turned off. So I knew there was at least one, possibly two fish using it. And it would have been really easy to just pull off right there and not finish that circle. But knowing that a spot like this holds fish all the way around, or it has the ability or the possibility to, I rolled right back around to our starting point. Chad cast up into there, and we're trying to hit not so much the top of this reef, but like that first little break from 5 feet down to 8. That's a lot of time that's where the fish sit. He had that fish come in, hit on the figure 8 on the Swimmin Dawg. Just a cool catch right there. But the key takeaway to a spot like that, guys, is you have to fish the whole thing. Don't cut yourself short. I see so often guys come in and they speed around a spot like that too quick, and they don't methodically pick it over, or they spend too much time on a saddle that connects it to another piece of rock. And usually if you're new to an area and you fish a piece of rock and it's just very, gentle slope off of it with not much structure, it's probably not going to hold a fish. So when there's a much more interesting spot close by, guys, so use your electronics, use your mapping, and try and map these areas out and key in on the spots that look like they're going to hold fish, and don't spend time on the spots that are really low percentage, and that's going to help you guys catch more fish.
Yeah!
All right, this episode of Sesame Street is brought to you by the nice little Swimmin Dawg from Musky Innovations. Hey now.
Hey,
He wanted you to.
Let's not hook the host here today. So that thing's definitely been on fire. We got one on the Bondy Royal Orba. Two of our favorite baits. I mean, our audience knows that. And again, we said it earlier, good call on making the audible and grabbing that one out of the truck or the boat there before we jumped in my truck. All in all, fellas, a good day.
Great day.
Great day.
Yeah.
Kind of redemption after yesterday. Yesterday was good. I didn't save any of the footage from yesterday because obviously we didn't get one. I may have one clip of that one that I think I had on, and maybe one of your figure 8. So I will see if I can find a couple from yesterday. Different type of day today. The weather was a little bit different, but all in all, a good couple days on the water.
Yeah,
so I want to thank
really
you guys. Good. Thanks for reaching out, John.
Thanks a lot, Glenn. It was great.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Great couple of days, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Appreciate it. And for a video where we use a Swimmin Dawg and it kind of come in clutch for us, check out the video over here. And for those of you that want to check out the Bondy Royal Orba, check out the video over here where the Bondy Royal Orba with the growler attachment came in clutch. And for now, 54 buses out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.
Later.